In order to be a successful head coach, one must be able to motivate his players. Since taking over the UConn women's program in 1985, Geno Auriemma has been doing exactly that, using some interesting coaching techniques during practice.
Remember to hand up in the direction we're going, right? Hand up in the direction we're going. So it's right hand up, going that way, left hand up, coming back. Ready? Back quickly!
When it comes to putting together a championship team, few know more than Geno Auriemma. After leading his teams to 8 national titles, the Connecticut head coach has excelled at motivating his players to perform at the highest level.
These guys are quicker than you are. So if you don't do everything right, you're not getting a shot. They're quicker than you are, so you got to do everything exactly right. Let's go.
Nowhere is that more apparent than at practice, where Auriemma constantly puts his players in the most difficult situations.
The next time we do that, the next time we decide practice is over, practice is going to be over. The next time we pull that shit, practice is going to be over. So don't talk about how good you want to be. Show me how good you want to be. You might have 5 players on offense, and we'll have 4 players on defense. So we're trying to guard your 5 with our 4, which is really hard. Get it! Good. Let's go, let's go. Then once they get the hang of that, we'll put another player on your team. Now you have 6 and we have 4. Now that's really hard. And with the great teams that I've had, we'll give you 8 and we'll have 5. That's really, really hard. So whenever they get comfortable with being able to do something, we just change the equation up a little bit and make it really, really hard. No threes! Get up on that! Keep them out of the middle! Good! Run at it! Good! Good box out. Some players, coach, like they got 7 guys, we only got 5. What do you expect? Well, you know what? Those guys are never going to be any good. And then the great teams that I've had, they have 7 and we have 5, and we beat them, and they go, Coach, really? That's the best you can do? Only 7? You better put another one out there. They're the ones that are going to be great. So we're always looking to do things like that, change the score, change the rules as we go along. And they don't like it, because as soon as they get close, I change the rules. You know, you put the carrot, and the minute they get close, I move it. And they get close, I move it again. And then some just goes, forget it, I'm not going anymore. And then the other ones, they get like real close to the carrot, real close, and then they put your hand on your throat, choke you, and take the carrot. And they're the ones that are going to be champions. Good. Good play, Stephanie Dolson. Good play.
We're back with Coach Auriemma. You have Louisville at home on Sunday, a championship rematch, and also something against your friend, Jeff Walz.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a friend.
Loosely friend?
He's an acquaintance of mine.
Gotcha.
I'm sure I'm going to hear a little bit about that. But those are the kind of games that I know we're going to miss. You know, same with Notre Dame. There's nothing you can do about that. But for one more year, having them home and home, I think is absolutely appropriate at this time. They've got, I think, just about everybody back, if not everybody back from last year's championship game. They're better than they were last year, and they were pretty good last year. So I'm anxious to see, you know, it's at Gampel, so the place will be rocking and rolling, and they're playing really well, and Shoni Shim was one of the best guards in the country, and they're tough, physically tough, you know, they play hard, and their style of play is so physical. They play so hard. He coaches them to play with a tremendous intensity level. I think we're the same way. I think our 2 teams are very similar in that respect. You know, people think we get away with fouls a lot of times, you know. But the bottom line is, you know, 2 great defensive teams, and I think we're 1 and 2 in the conference in offense, and it should be an entertaining day at Campbell.
And looking at the rest of your schedule, I wonder if Louisville does pose the remaining challenge on your schedule. Are you guys ready for maybe the word undefeated to come into the conversation?
Yeah, that's something that comes up a lot, you know, and the minute you start talking about it, it starts to get a little bit screwy with the kids, you know, and everybody. So that's the kind of stuff you talk about at the end of the year. We know that, you know, if we don't play well in the Louisville game, Louisville's going to beat us. If we don't play well at Louisville, Louisville's going to beat us. When Rutgers comes up here, if we don't play well, you know, regardless of what you do against them, any other game. I think Louisville's a great challenge because they're experienced and they're talented and they're well coached and they play hard. And they're going to come here with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Has all the elements for a great game.
Well, one more undefeated question, if I can. You've
All
had
right.
4 of those undefeated seasons. Do you see characteristics of this team that you had in those previous undefeated seasons?
Well, being undefeated is hard to do. Even though I know we've done it a bunch of times, it's really hard to do. Each of those teams had, I would say, some similar characteristics. I don't know yet if this team has that killer instinct yet. I mean, I know we're pretty good, and I know we've beaten a lot of really good teams, and a lot of them on the road. But I watch the way some of the games go that we play, and I kind of sense that they're, like, really nice. It's okay to be nice. Maya Moore was nice, but she wanted to kill you.
On the court, yeah.
You know, she was nice, but she wanted to rip your heart out. So was Renee Montgomery. So was Diana and Sue and Swin, and so was Jen and Jamel and those guys. So those teams that we've had that have gone undefeated, they were killers in a good sense of the word. And these particular kids, this group, they're a little too nice right now. So I'm trying to create that little bit of an edge.
Who's the player right now who has that killer instinct the most on this year's team?
Maybe Bria, because she's been around the longest. And Stephanie, she's kind of a different kind of...
She's happy-go-lucky.
She's a happy-go-lucky.
She takes it seriously.
She's a happy assassin. It's something that I'm actually waiting to see. And I think the Louisville game will bring some of that out. And certainly at Louisville will bring a lot of that out. But some of those killer teams, when they get up 18-4, the team calls timeout, come out, then the next timeout's 35-8, and then the next timeout's 45-12. And I don't know that this team has that yet.